and the entire front line would collapse if I turn it off. I'll just, sir, I'm setting the context. You have
Mr.
to
Raghav Chadha, 1 second.
I have to highlight three issues.
One second.
You have to permit me to...
No.
So I want to place this on record. We are not here to answer with regard to any company's policies. We are here for the consumers of India. The Prime Minister Narendra Modi represents 1.4 billion people. India, which is a power, economic and a political power across the world today. We are not here to answer for any particular company.
Honorable member.
Please let me finish.
I think I will have to give a different nomenclature to my dear friend Jairam Ramesh, being savior of everyone, beyond his party also. Jairam ji, Raghav Chadha is effectively energized to handle his affairs and does not need such kind of support, even on parliamentary platform. Raghav ji,
above all, I need your support and your patronage, sir. I need your protection.
This morning you raised a 267 in absentia.
Yes.
I did not reveal this subject to the House. Let me do it now.
Please do, sir.
You are very severely obsessed with this issue of what Trump is doing or someone else is doing. The minister has categorically stated, ask your second supplementary, which is little Indianized.
Sir, I am severely obsessed with anything that hurts the Indian interest and particularly the Indian economic interest. And that is what brings me to this House. And I will continue to passionately raise every issue that hurts my country.
Raise it.
Sir, my question, if you would have heard my question, you would have understood that it is only and only about India. The second worrying incident after Elon Musk's threat to the Ukrainian army, which I wanted to raise, was that about 4 months ago, there was a big drug burst in Andaman where about 6,000 kgs of synthetic drugs were recovered, and it was discovered that a Myanmar-based smuggler was using Starlink satellite internet for navigation. When the Indian government, sir, let me finish, when the Indian government sought the ownership of the devices and the usage of its device, Starlink refused the Indian government, saying we will not provide you with this data, citing some data privacy laws. My question through you to the Honourable Minister is that what is the government's plan to address such resistance from Starlink, and how are we going to address this issue of potential misuse of satellite internet spectrum that we are likely to give, particularly Starlink?
One second. Honourable members, Honourable members, I would appreciate members to be extremely vigilant with answers. When this point was asked in an earlier question, in a pointed manner, the Honourable Minister declared in categorical terms, in this country, in no part of this country this happens. Categorically. No, he said, the minister did not confine to Manipur. The minister said, on every inch of this country, there can be no such incursion, and there has been no incursion. How many times you would want him to reiterate? Come on, Honourable Minister. Let us be vigilant for every reply.
Sir, I wanted to remove some of the misconceptions that he has about Starlink.
Why only some?
I mean, all of them. Let me give some data, sir, for him. He is worried Starlink is a competitive threat that we are supporting. But whatever it is, sir, the broadband speed that our terrestrial network is 188 times more than what Starlink or any other satellite network can provide. That's number one data, sir. For example, since he mentioned Starlink, the total customers the Starlink had over the last 3 years in the entire world is 46 lakhs, which is meager number compared to the 990 crore people with a broadband connection that India has. And the Starlink provides main competition to the fixed broadband, sir. that our customers are almost 4.5 crores, which is 10 times more than the entire worldwide population or the services that a Starlink provides. That's number one. So their reach is much lower than any of our networks. Number two,
I think,
Honorable Minister.
so let me be very clear, because I think it's important in the garb of trying to score a political point. Mr. Raghav Chadha is trying to stoke fear in the minds of all of us in this House, as well as in the country at large. So I would like to put him at rest, and through that also inform our citizens of what the safeguards that we are going to put in place. His pointed reference has to do with security, not necessarily with the market size, not necessarily with the number of customers that they can serve, any satellite company. Again, I want to mention here very categorically that I am not here representing or answering for any company. I am company agnostic. I am citizen-centric. And therefore, with regard to that, Government of India, the Home Minister sitting with me, we have put together a very strict security protocol to ensure the security concerns of our citizens with regard to any SATCOM provider. And let me mention the 6 steps that we have taken. The first, the service provider has to, mandatory, establish an Earth Station gateway in India for each satellite network. So the gateway has to be on our soil. Goes back to the point that the chairman of the House has said, on Indian soil, not external abroad. Second, the operation, maintenance and control and monitoring center of that gateway also has to be on Indian soil. It cannot be anywhere else but on Indian soil. Third, sir, all originating and terminating traffic for Indian customers, 1.4 billion of us, shall pass through that gateway which is located in India, on Indian soil. And that is mandatory. And such traffic will not be routed through any gateway outside Indian shores. That's point number 3. Point number 4, adequate monitoring facility will also be made available by the service provider at the gateway to monitor all traffic for security concerns originating from India or coming into Indian soil from a security perspective. And finally, sir, the service provider shall ensure, and that goes to the first part of the question that Honourable MP has raised, that any user terminal, any single user terminal registered in the gateway of any other country, so the point that you mentioned, whether it is in Myanmar or Timbuktu for that matter, any user terminal registered in the gateway of any other country has to be mandatorily registered with the Indian gateway when operating from Indian territory. Indian satellite network cannot be accessible to any user terminal from outside our country. That is the security concerns that have been addressed by the Home Ministry along with the Telecom Ministry to ensure that India remains a safe place for operation of satellite network.
Supplementary number 3, Sri K.R.N. Rajesh Kumar.
Sir, the main question asked by our friend Raghav Chadha. It is, I understand that technology is now new technology, SATCOM. It is direct to device. But my worries about in tribal and remote area, the BSNL establishing the tower. The private network operator, they are paying the installation charge and using the BSNL tower. But in my area, in tribal area, that hills area, the BSNL established the construction tower. Only the BSNL only put the transmitter. The private network operator, they are not putting the transmitter. So the tribal area, the tribal people, they are not get the good communication. In this, that the latest technology, they asking the Raghav Chadha and the concerned minister, they are explained that is the direct-to-device. This is satellite communication to direct-to-device. First, the government initiate like these technologies, like this latest technology in tribal area and hills area and the remote area, because the network operators, their aims are under only the revenue. So in remote area, they are not getting the tower signal, and communication system is very poor, because Honorable Chairman Sir, Chairman Sir, nowadays all are in online system. That employment opportunities and education opportunities online. The database is very important. So I ask the Minister to where the latest technology. First you started in the tribal and remote area, hills area. Thank you, sir.
Honorable Minister.
So I would like to thank the Honorable MP, because I think in his introductory statement, he has made a very strong case for the provision of satellite communication in our country. Where there is no OFC fiber, sir, where you cannot put up towers, and not necessarily in tribal areas, but more so in hilly areas and mountainous regions, satellite is the only option. I would like to inform him as well on the first part of his question, that Prime Minister Narendra Modi has been very clear in his articulation that we now must not look at necessarily more schemes, but look at 100% saturation of the schemes that we have. And with that in mind, we will achieve 100% saturation of telecom connectivity through mobile in India. Let me just inform the honourable member. BSNL alone has had the responsibility of 20,279 towers through 4 schemes, including the left-wing extremism area, tribal areas, aspirational districts, of which 10,448 towers have been put up in a period of just 18 months. 52% of the work has been done in exactly 18 months. As far as the private sector telecom service providers are concerned, they have been tasked with putting up 8,206 towers, of which they have put up 6,893 towers. 84% of the task has also been done. So we are expanding very rapidly. Close to about 45,000 crores of Government of India have been given through the Digital Bharat Nidhi to provide communication to every single citizen in our country. The second point that he has made, he is very, very right, sir, that direct-to-device is the new technology. But direct-to-device is only today, at this point of time, limited to voice provision, to message provision. And I'm very happy through you, sir, to inform this House and through the House, our citizens at large, that the